Moor can mean a few different things, but sticking with the MOO words. Next will be the moon, and I don't know what I can say about the moon. I suppose there is nouns, and there's also the doing word for moon. I don't know if anyone calls them a moon anymore, but let's click on this. And more. There you go. A tract of unenclosed ground, usually having peaty soil covered with heather, coarse grass, bracken and moss. Now, this being Queensland, there ain't a whole hell of a lot of moss growing, but my area where I live, and I'll just click on here. Here you go. The area where I live here is... This is my house. Yeah, well, it's not my house, but it's the house that we live in. Anyway, so over 1,000 square meters in suburbia, like 7-8 Ks from the CBD of Brisbane. It's a pretty good location. It's a very, very ordinary house. You can see the little path here, the path there, that used to go to the toilet, the outhouse, but now there's just a tree that grows, and we've cut it back to ground level. We've actually cut that tree back to ground level several times since we've been here, and the thing just keeps growing back, and it's growing in the neighbour's yard as well. It's growing everywhere. I don't even know what sort of tree it is, but anyway, the reason more. So this is my house here. This area here, these two properties, units have been built, and then up here units have been built as well. So the view's a little bit different in the last few years, but more. This area here is basically swamp. We just end up with bin chickens and all sorts of other stuff. It's really quite tedious. It's really quite annoying. We end up with like I think there was like 30 or 40 bin chooks out there one day. It's just wet as. When you go a little bit further forward, it's okay. The house has no gutters, and it sort of moves. So if we have rain for too many days, you can't shut the front door or you can't shut the back door, one or the other, because the house shifts a fair bit. A few times a year we have to get the plumbing all routed, spinny water lasery doovy thingy, to clear out the sewage so that we can flush the toilet. For some reason the landlords won't fix it. I don't know what that something is, but I'm not a landlord, so I have no idea how any of that stuff works. But not necessarily interesting, but I just thought I would say, just going along with the MOO theme, and that's what I came up with. And again, if you have any ideas for topics or whatever, give it a flick. There's the address. But that's the button I meant to push. High German Moor swamp. Nautical, to secure with cables or ropes. So there's moorings, like when you see the buoy things that you tie to when you own a boat. I don't own a boat either, so I could be completely off base. Don't really have anything else to say. Have a good evening. Be excellent to each other. Be excellent to yourself. And that's all I've got to say about that. I clicked the wrong button. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. I don't know why the fear ended up there. My mouse moved. But I'll play everything else I